Hey guys, it's Emily with Brown Cow Creatives, and today I am putting together my leaner that has the interchangeable component to it. And I just wanted to show how I am going to distress these pieces. I found this really pretty stain at Home Depot. I'm kind of going a little different. I usually use like a walnut or like a dark color, but this time I kind of wanted a gray color because it kind of matches my living room. So I got this aged barrel from Home Depot, and all I'm gonna do, I've already done it on this one side, but all I'm gonna do is just take a sanding block and just sand down the edges. And that's all I'm gonna do. I am gonna do another tutorial where I will show how to kind of get like a whitewash look with the same stain. But see, all I'm doing is just sanding off that stain for like the edges. I'm gonna do all the edges for each one of these pieces, and I think that's all I'm gonna do. I don't want it to be too distressed. I think a lot of the stuff that I have in my living room right now is pretty distressed, so I don't want it to be too matchy-matchy. And this is gonna be up in my house for the foreseeable future because I'm going to create tons of different interchangeable pieces for it. So all of the holidays, all of the things. So, but that's all you do. So I am going to finish up sanding all of my pieces for this interchangeable leaner, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to put it together. So while I'm doing this, I wanted to kind of show really quick why I'm sanding the edges. If I just put it together like it is, that line in the middle kind of gets, I mean, I guess it's still pretty pronounced, but I really want it to be really, really noticeable. And by sanding that edge, it kind of makes it pop a little bit more. I hope that makes sense. But that's why I'm doing it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, another thing I wanted to show is when you're kind of sanding the edges and distressing them a little bit, you can, what I like to do is just, in some spots, take a little more off and then leave some so it's not totally and completely uniform. It's kind of different all the way around. So I'm almost done, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it together in just a second. Okay guys, here we go. We're gonna put together our little leaner. It's a mini leaner that's interchangeable. It's gonna have interchangeable components. So I've sanded down my edges and wiped it down really well. So all you're gonna do is flip it over. And you've got all your little pieces here. So you could use, I'm using 1/8 inch Baltic birch or white birch from Smoky Hill. But you could use 1/4 inch if you wanted to, and you could actually double it up. So what I mean by that is you could cut 6 planks instead of 3, and then you could adhere the planks to each other, and that way it's a little bit thicker. But for me, I'm actually putting this on top of a mantle that's not super sturdy, and I'm going to keep it as light as possible. So we're just using 1/8 inch here. So these are scraps. So I cut these are the little braces that go on the back, and this is a great time for you to use your scraps. So all you do is grab some scraps, cut out your slats. I'm gonna use Gorilla wood glue, and I'm going to glue these 3 slats right here, just like this, to keep these 3 planks together. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. Again, this is Gorilla wood glue. I've had this for, I don't know, probably 6 months in this container, and it is still totally fine. So you just put a little here, make sure that your boards are nice and even and they're squished together as much as possible. And that's really all there is to it. It's not difficult at all to put this guy together. I'm gonna let this dry, and when it's dry, I'm gonna come back and show you how to assemble the front. All right, so it's all dry. This is all stuck together now. And now I am going to show you how to piece it together. It's really not very difficult at all. So the first thing I like to do is lay everything out exactly like I want it. And apologies for not showing too much of my face today. I look like Gary Busey right now with my hair because I just did my workout this morning and have not gotten myself ready, but I will do that later. Okay, so this is the important part. So I included, you can either cut 4 of these or, okay, sorry, my family clearly has no concept of anything but themselves. So anyway, what you can do is you can cut 4 of these, or you can do like I did and cut 2 of these and then 4 of these little spacers just to save on material. It doesn't really make a difference because all we want to make sure is that we have enough space in between the bottom of the board and the frame so that my inserts can fit in. And some of my inserts are 3 layers thick, the board plus an 1/8 inch cut out of some sort, and then sometimes I layer on top of that, so it ends up being 3 layers. So that's why we want to make sure we have enough spacers so that the insert can clear. So I'm going to, all I'm going to do is just line these up. I'm going to glue them down, and I'm going to speed this part up because it's all it is just gluing together stuff. That's it. So these pieces go up here, and then the frame goes down here, and then here in the middle I'm going to put a magnet with adhesive on the back of it. And then on my pieces, I like to do magnets on my pieces. You can do Velcro instead of magnets. Magnets can get kind of pricey, so you can do Velcro if you choose to. That's fine too, either way. And that's it. So I'm gonna get to gluing. Oh, one thing, you can also, instead of gluing, you can use 3M, which I used a lot of scraps. So some of my scraps had 3M on it and some of them didn't. So I'm going to be using a combination of this and glue. So I'm going to slow this down real quick to tell you that I love using the Loctite super glue. However, Amazon decided to send me the brush-on kind, and I've never used this before, but I'm going to try it. Ugh. I guess it's going to be fun. It's really no more work than squeezing it, I guess. All right. So it is that CA glue, and it dries really fast. The Gorilla Glue is fine. It just seems like it takes a long time to dry compared to the CA glue. So it's Loctite. Again, it's Loctite. Don't get this brush on. Get the Ultra Gel Control is what I like. You can find it on Amazon or Home Depot. Although I don't really recommend ordering it from Amazon since they can't seem to send me the right stuff. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is when it gets not really tricky, but just really important to make sure that you are lining it up right, because sometimes these little pieces, even though theoretically they're the same size, sometimes they like to bend kind of the wrong way. It looks like it feels pretty good. Okay, and then the last thing you do is just take the frame and glue it right. Make sure you line up the bottom. That's the important part, is to line up the bottom. Yeah, okay. So again, you can cut all 4 of your spacers out of this same kind of broken rectangle, or you can just use kind of like I did. I did a whole one of those rectangle things at the bottom, and then I used 2 spacers, and then I put this on the top. And the reason I'm putting this on the top is to make sure that the frame lines up correctly. I don't want to have to guess if it's on there right. Okay. All right, that'll be fun later. Okay. Oh. Wow, I did it. It's pretty even. Okay. All right, so now my frame is all built. I'm gonna go clean myself up, and then I'm gonna come back with my completed. I have an Easter insert that I did, and also the file that's gonna come with this. I haven't cut it out yet, but I'm gonna make a kind of a freebie to go along with this frame, and it's gonna be a circle that has a monogram type design. Like I said, I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but, and then on the insert, it's gonna say something like Home Sweet Home or something cute like that, just so you can kind of get a feel of how the inserts work. And then once I get that all done, I'll share it with you, and I'll show my face on the next video. Thanks for watching.